Hello and welcome to another outdoor video vlog by yours truly. I'll just adjust my specs there. It's a warm, sunny, bright day here. Up in the Howgills. I think you can see, I can see, yeah, the outside there. Whatever that is. A beautiful place. I haven't seen a soul in 2 days. I've been up here wild camping. I haven't seen a soul, not a living person. Let's get myself in a frame there. Oh, look at that. Here's a house, a deserted house called Mountain View. Can't see that much of it, but it's an amazing place. Totally deserted out here in ruins. The sheep seem to be using it as like a little base for themselves, which is random. I just surprised a couple, like, and they just bombed out while I walked past and scared them out of me. There you go. So, enough of my wild ramblings in the outdoors. I'd like to tell you just to talk about one or two things. First is, I love doing the requests of the covers on YouTube. That thing started, when did that start now? Is that a couple of years? No, not a couple of years ago. It will be a couple of years ago in the early autumn that started. I love doing them for people. But I do get requests occasionally for bands that are known to block content on YouTube. So apologies if I don't do all the requests I'm asked for. I'll try and explain it either to the person, individual, or you know, put something up on Facebook on my Brian Clark Musicians page, which, if you'd like to like that, you know, that'll be appreciated, because I do put some other kinds of content on that. So yeah, there are bands, I'm not going to name them now, just I don't want to get into any aggro, but there are certain bands that will block, if I cover, let's say, one of their famous tunes, they'll block it, and by block it, that means they'll have it taken down and I will get a copyright strike. If I get a couple of copyright strikes, that's you know, it's it for me. Like, I think is it three and out. I think you're allowed two. I think third one, then that's it. They take your channel down and you're done on YouTube. So apologies, I can't do every band's material. I'm pretty aware of the culprits. So as I say, I'll let people know individually if it's not possible for me to cover one without getting a copyright strike. I should add to that, I do still get quite a few videos where it's a similar thing, but it's demonetized. So, but you'll get a message saying this is not a copyright strike, and that's fine. It just means that if by some miracle 1 million people watched it, I wouldn't get a penny. But I'm not bothered about that. That's not why I'm doing it. I have a full-time job and all the rest of it. YouTube, it's just for me a way of cataloguing stuff and expressing myself on the guitar. So moving on to the second thing. I don't know why I'm getting these mountains in the background. I know, Yarsal's a beast. I did that about 3 weeks ago. It's an absolute beast of a mountain. Anyway, moving on. I went to see Steel Panther recently, and I don't know, people who know me might be a bit surprised by that, but the reason I went, I hated that band to start with. I thought, oh, they're stealing a living, ripping people off. But then over time I've warmed to them. It's a homage, and they're trying to keep the 80s alive and the 80s hair metal thing alive, you know. And let's face it, you know, since poor Eddie Van Halen passed away, Van Halen, I don't know whether they're ever going to carry on. In any guys we say Wolfgang on guitar, but it seems not. So you know, they're carrying on that kind of Van Halen-esque legacy, really. And it's fun. I know the sexist side of it, yeah, I struggle with that, I do, but you know, it's still, pardon the pun, it's tongue-in-cheek. But the real reason I went is because Satchel is an unbelievable guitar player in that band. I don't think he ever gets the credit he deserves, that fella. I can't remember his proper name now, Ross somebody, but he's actually, if you've got some of the old Rob Halford albums, he actually played on them. So he's a proper serious guitar player. Like, I mean, he's just doing the Eddie kind of shredding in Panther, but he's absolutely brilliant. I never heard him miss a note. His phrasing was incredible. It was brilliant. That guy deserves a bit more credit than what he gets, but I'd say he's one of my favourite guitar players at the moment, which again I know people will find a bit strange. So moving on to the third thing. How am I getting on with these Primo gauge strings? Well, Primo gauge strings, they're Ernie ball strings, and they're between a 9 gauge and a 10 gauge. So they're 9.5s to 44s. I've kept all my Gibson guitars, that scale length, the 24-inch scale length guitars with 10s, because there's plenty bendy enough for me. But for the Strat type guitars, the Sir Jazzmaster, that sort of thing, I've gone back. I've put the Primos on, and I'm really enjoying them. I mean, I've been having a little bit of niggly arthritis around, nothing serious, but it's there. Like, especially during the season when I'm working hard doing the edge cutting stuff and all that. You know, I'm using the hands really hard. It's given me a bit of relaxation and that, and it's the way to go if you find 10s just a little bit much. Just drop to these 9.5s, because there's hardly. The difference in sound is negligible, but you can bend for England, bend for fun. So yeah, I'm doing well with them. I have been experimenting with like plectrums with the the advent of these Primos. For certain songs, I'm finding for certain songs, or if I'm just relaxing playing, I like using the light plectrums. Just easy to use, songwriting, stuff like that. But when it comes to recording and the actual business, I'm still playing the Jazz 3 pickups, the red ones, the XL Red Jazz 3 by Dunlop. I just find the precise picking nature of that it just suits me. But I am using more legato style again, like I used to when I started out playing guitar, going the lighter strings. So it's all been an interesting experiment, and it will continue. So that just remains for me to say goodbye from me and sheep and things like that. I don't know whether I'm picking up sheep. I hope I'm picking up sheep, picking up something. And I'll catch you all later, guys. Take care. Bye.